Hello guys, this is Benjamin John Mark from Sanctuary Design School, and today I'll be doing a tutorial on modeling a building using SketchUp. And for that, I'm going to be doing that in two methods today. For if you are going to be modeling a building, you will either be modeling from an AutoCAD drawing, that's a CAD drawing. You can also model from a picture. So I'm going to be teaching you today how to model either from a CAD drawing or from a picture. Then one other thing I'm going to be doing, I don't know if I'll be able to do that in this tutorial or next one, is either modeling to get just exterior perspective, or you actually want to model the interior spaces. So I'm going to explain all of this as I proceed. For this, I'm going to be using, I think I upgraded recently to SketchUp 2017, that's SketchUp Pro 2017. So that is what I'm going to be using for this tutorial. And right now, let me go to my desktop and see if I can get my AutoCAD drawings and my picture. I think I have them somewhere here. Yeah, tutorial drawings. Let me double click. Yeah, I'm going to be using this image you are seeing here, and also this CAD drawing. This is a CAD drawing, as you can see, DWG file. It could be DXF, any of them will work. And this is a PNG file. It could be a JPEG file. Any of them could work. You get. I also have some drawings here that were taken with a phone. They're actually pencil drawings, I think traced with a tracing pen, and you could also use those kind of pictures to create your 3D designs. But for this, I'm going to be using uh, this image and this AutoCAD drawing. I hope we'll have enough time to treat the two of them, but if not, then we are going to divide the tutorial into two sections. So I'm going to start from this. Let's go to our SketchUp and try to import this to our SketchUp. So I open my SketchUp. This is it. You import. To import, you go to File, you go to Imports. Yeah, you can see that, right? Over here you have different options. You can see if I click on this, you have different options. You can see you have AutoCAD here, you have 3ds files. You can also see you have JPEG here, you have PNG here. So you can see you can actually import all of these formats into your SketchUp to begin your design with. But like I said, we are going to be starting with the AutoCAD drawings. So I'm going to click on AutoCAD here. Then I'm going to look for where it is. The folder is actually on the desktop. Let me scroll down. Tutorial drawings, yeah. Then this is it. This is the file I'm looking for. So all I need to do now is double click on it. But first thing, before I double click, I need to check on this options. I want you to, when you are designing your AutoCAD drawings, you use units, right? So by default, when you install SketchUp, by default, it comes, your scale comes as inches or something else. So you need to really change this if you are going to be doing, if let's say your design was done in millimeters, if you don't change it, you are going to be having real serious conflicts, because you draw, sometimes you will not really see what you are doing, due to the fact that your units are different, you get. So if you actually designed on, say, AutoCAD, you use units millimeters, then when you come in, you have to change it to millimeters, and okay, then you'll be able to import that. So I just imported this. You can see this pop up. You just click on close, it closes, and you have your drawings here. You can see your drawings, right? Yeah, you have your drawings here. Like I said before, you don't really need this guy, so you can erase him. Then let me close this and open on styles. Go to edit. I don't need these profiles checked, so I'm going to uncheck it. And once that is done, I can minimize this and go back. Yeah, and go back. Now these are my AutoCAD drawings. You can see I don't have windows, I don't have those dimension lines and every other thing. It's just your basic kind of like outline of your walls and your spaces and all of that. I did that because I don't want the old drawing looking messy over here. So I removed all of the windows, the doors, the dimension lines and all of that. So I'll have this clean drawing that I'm having here. So for this, I'm going to be using this. Let's disregard this drawing you have it. We have two different plans. I'm going to be using this for this tutorial. So to do that, let me double click. Once, let's hide this. I don't want this to get us confused. So I'm going to right click. I'm going to do this. Right click and hide. Yeah, I don't want to see that, so don't get things mixed up. So I want to work with this. Now you can see when I click on any of these lines, you can see I clicked on just one line, but the whole drawing gets highlighted. Sometimes you might have an instance where, let me explode this so I can explain this properly. You might have an instance where when you import here, you click on just a line, it's just that line that gets highlighted. That means this plan is not grouped. You get that means it is not grouped. And when it is not grouped like that, what you do, all you need to do is just highlight on that plan, right click on any of the lines and say make group. You actually need this to be grouped. For what I want to do, there are instances where you don't necessarily need your plan grouped, but for this instance I need it grouped. Why do I need it grouped? I just want to create the to show the exterior facade of this building. I do not want to model the interior spaces. I just want to show an exterior perspective or exterior view of this building. So I've highlighted that. All I need to do is to pick my pen tool here. I've explained that before in our intro to Sketchup, and I start picking points. You get? So start from these points. I go to the next point. That's where your lines meet. I pick this place. You can see that, right? I can go to this other edge also and pick another point. Come over here and pick another point. Come over here, pick another point. Come over here, pick another point. Please make sure you are zooming in so you pick the right points. If you pick a point that is not in line with this points that I'm picking, say on your drawing, you will have real serious issues when you are modeling. You get? So if you have lines that are not really straight, maybe when you are trying to like create your windows and doors and all of that, you have real serious problems. So you make sure you zoom in when picking points so you pick the right points. So I click on this, I pick that point, I come over here, click, I pick the point, I come over here, click, and I'm done. You can see as soon as I pick the last point, I have a surface. Like I said earlier on, Sketchup actually works on surfaces. Your Sketchup push or pull actually works on surfaces. You can only push and pull surfaces. So that was why I took my pencil around so I can get this surface. So I now have a surface. What is the next thing I do? I pick my push and pull tool over here and I drag this up. You can see I've dragged that up, and over here I type the height of my building. For instance, I want to use 3,300 for this. I type 3,300. You can see that, right? And I enter. Once I enter, I have the height of my building. So I have a shape that looks like my building, but it's not really defined. I don't have windows. I don't have your sit out. I don't have all the necessary things. There isn't the roof. So what am I going to do right now? I'm going to try to create all of those spaces, but how do I know where those spaces are? That is the question you should ask yourself right now. So all I'm going to do now is, you see this over here, you see all of these boxes, you should have them. If you don't have them, just go to your view, go to your toolbars and check check scroll down. If you are using a higher version of SketchUp, you see styles here. Make sure your styles is marked. If it is not marked, you will not see this. But if it is marked, you should see this. It might not be here on your own system. I position it here. I had to rearrange these things, so that's why you're having this. And of course, you might not have this much tools on your toolbar. You can see I brought all of these things out. Some of them are plugins and extensions that I need. I had to download from your extension store on your Sketchup sites. So you can get, some of them are free, some of them are paid for, so you can get as much as you need. And make sure all you need to do if you want to work with them is make sure they are marked here and you have them pop up. You have to like maybe rearrange them and all of that. We might talk about that in another tutorial, but let's continue. So let me close. So I said it's taking a little time. Yeah, you click on this. It's called Xray. You have all of these have different functions. This is where we are right now. We are on shaded with textures. What that means is if I add maybe colors or materials or whatever on this model, it will show because I am on this tile. But these are different styles. This is back edges. This is wireframe. This is hidden lines. All of them do different things. As much as possible, do not click on any of these other ones because sometimes you might find it difficult coming back to this. So all we are going to be working on right now is Xray. So when I click on Xray, you can see it has X-rayed this model. I can see what is inside of this model, right? Yeah. So from this, I can project a line. I pick my line tool from here, up here, here, up here to define this space, right? Now, I can also pick my line tool from let me use this, my measurement tool. I don't want to use the line tool, and drag here and drag here, drag here, no, undo that, drag, no, what am I doing, drag here to this place, drag here to this place. Yeah, I can do that also for this, drag to this place, drag to this place. Did I drop that? Let me drop it now. Drag to this place, drag to this place. For the sake of time, I think I'm going to stop there, but let me do one more thing here. I think we have a depression here that I've not defined. So let me drag this here and drag this here. So for the sake of time, let me stop there so I can continue. So let me click back on this Xray tool so that I'll go back to our shader with textures style. I click it, we are back to the way it was before. Now you know this is like a sit out, so I'm going to push that inside, yeah, to this point. Now I can decide to draw a line over here so that I'll have this surface. I can decide to pull this up by 300, enter, you get, do that. I can decide to draw another line over here to define a step. Yeah, pull that out by our going should be 300, right? Yeah, 300, and enter. So after doing that, I can erase these lines now. I don't need them on anymore. Yeah, so I'm supposed to have a door here, so let me click my Xray and see what is happening over here. I think there's a double door here from what I'm seeing. Yeah, so I'm going to like pick my measuring tape again and define this space. Yeah, pick my measuring tape, define this space, and go back to my texture mode again. Now what is the height of my door? I'll pull this up by 2.1. I want my door to be 2100 mmi, and I enter, right? Now what about my windows? I want windows from the ground 1 2, right? 1 2, enter, and you see it coincides with the height of my door over here, right? Yeah, it does. So the first thing I'm going to do is this. I'm going to define this space. You see, I'm going to define the space, or let me leave that. Let me just leave that so I don't get things mixed up. So now I'm going to go to components. Yeah, click on component. Under components, I actually got these components. Since I have those here, you might not have components on your system. You can also get components online. So I got these components and I fixed them here. I put them here so I don't have to model. But I think from what I taught on modeling, if you don't have components, you can actually model your components. I'm looking for a French door. I hope I see something that looks nice. Yeah, I think this isn't bad. Yeah, this is a French door. I can just drag it and put it here. As soon as I put it, it opens up that space and stays there. But you can see it's not the same size as this space. So I'm going to scale it. This is my scale tool, right? Yeah. Let me click on Xray so that I'll see the other handles that are inside. Yeah. So pick this middle handle, please, so that you don't get distorted scale. Pick this middle handle and drag it down to this point. That is the height of your door, and this other middle handle, and drag it to the width. Yeah, I have that. I can remove the X-ray tool. You see, I have a perfect door that fits into that space. Now I can go back now to my components. Those are the components I installed here. Architecture, right? Yeah. Scroll down. I will see windows here. Yeah, it's going to open there. Then scroll down. Let me see a window that I like. Okay, I think I like this. No, this is. Let me scroll. So we don't waste too much time. I think I will have to pick just any one. So we don't waste too much time. Let's say I like this. It's a casement window, right? I pick it and I put it over here, and it opens up that space. Right now, Control Z. I want to explain something. Control Z. Let me explain something. I create this space. My rectangle tool, please. Where's my rectangle tool? This is it. I create this. Right. I decide to push it in a little by, let's say 70. Enter. Now I have a space where my window is going to fit in. But what I want to do now, I don't want to create windows in all round. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click on this space, zoom in, double click on this edge, also double click on this edge down, turn it the other way around so I'll see the up parts, double click on this place, double click on this place. As soon as I do that, what do I need to do? I make group. I could make a component straight, but no, I want to make a group first. I make group, then go ahead and make components. It's asking me for the name of the component. Just click create, and it has done that, right? I move this component that I've created. I copy it. That's Control and your move tool. I copy to this space. Sorry, I have not defined the height over here, so let me do that as quick as possible. 1 2, yeah. Then from here again, I'm going to measure 1 2 up, yeah. So place this at that point of intersection. That's good. Then this 1 2, I can copy also to this place, but it's bigger than it, right? So I have to rescale it to fit into that space, right? But this is supposed to be a smaller window, so I can type 600, enter, then rescale it to fit into that space. As soon as I do that, I can wipe these lines off so I don't get everything mixed up. Yeah, I've done that, right? Yeah, I've done that. Even these lines too, I can wipe them off. I don't want to have too many lines that will get me confused. Now let me undo that. I think I need this other line over there, this ones. So I've done that, right? I can now copy this. We might move to over here. Yeah, I have that. So as soon as I've done that, I can of course wipe these lines off. I've done that, right? Yeah. So once I've done that, I can double click over here. You can see it has gone into edit mode, right? Then I can go to my components, architecture, scroll down, I'll see windows. We don't want to waste too much time, so let me look for a simple window that I can use for this tutorial. So we'll just proceed immediately. Let's see. I think these ones are okay. So let me come over here and pick this window and drop it at this point. You see it appears, right? But I don't think that thing is properly placed, so I'm going to do that again. No, I might have to change my window to something else. No, what is happening? Erase, please. Let's scroll up and see if we can get something else. No, this is not right. Erase this. I need something simple. Let's see, will this work? Erase. No, this is not working for me. Erase. No. This is not exactly what I want to do, but I think, so we don't waste too much time. Let me do this. Drag, scale it to fill into that space. Scale it to fit into that space. Scale it to fit into that space. Yeah, you can see as soon as I do that, it appears on every other space where my window is supposed to be. It appears, except this. I think I was having some issues. That's where I'm having this. So it appears on every other space that a window is supposed to be. So let me go back here and create this space. We are supposed to have this space over here too. Yeah, push it inside. No, let me use my Xray tool. Push it inside to that point exactly. Then remove the X-ray. Draw a line here. I think that's supposed to be like a sit out. Draw a line. Pull it up by 300. Enter. So let's create a little step here. Pull it out by 300 also. Enter. Then can wipe off these lines. Now what about our roof? It's simple. All you need to do is pick this. I can copy that. Yeah, pick it up exactly. Same thing over here too. I can copy the surface. Where's my move tool? Yeah, Control C and move, pick it up here. So we have this, right? So all I need to do is pick these surfaces. With my control press down, I can do multiple picks. You get? If I click on shift, you can see there's a plus and minus sign over there. That is, I can select and deselect with shifts and this. But this case, I'm going to use control because I just want to pick that. Now I have that, right? So I can press control down, copy it over here, then click it out. What am I going to do now? Wipe this off. These lines, unnecessary lines, I don't want. Wipe them off. So I have a clean line that shows the top of my building. Yeah, the profile of my building. This is it. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to right click, and you see this tool over here. It's also an extension or a plugin. It says automatically create a proof from a face, right? So I just click on it. This dialog box comes out. Roof pitch, I normally use 45, so I'm going to type 45 over here. Then for roof overhang, 600, and I say create a roof. You can see it has created that roof, right? It has created the roof for me. This has created a roof for me, right? So I can decide to it created this roof as a group, so I can decide to do this. But before I copy it back to on top of the building, I want to do something else. Okay, let's say, let me just copy this back. It's already grouped, so I pick a point that coincides with these points and I drop it. You can see neatly on my building. So I've dropped it, right? Yeah. So I can double click on this now and offset by let's say 150. Yeah, enter, and pull that spatial offset down by 300 to create our facial board. That's it. Then of course I can double click on it again. Yeah, double click on it again and create some offsets to create my rich cap and all of that. Let me type 100, enter. So I'm going to double click on all these spaces, double click, come over here, double click, come over here, double click, come over here, double click, and I have my rich cap. I can decide to push that a little, let's say by 10. Yeah, 10, enter, double click, double click, double click, double click, double click, double click. So I click out now, and I have a very simple building created already. So I think we are going to stop here, and in the next part of this video, I'm going to be creating a design like this from a picture, that's a JPEG or PNG image. I think this is where we're going to stop for this one. Until we see next time, I just want to say thank you for watching. I would like you to like, subscribe and share. Thank you very much.